For lunch today, I had my coffee, tried out my new BRS 3000T, worked just fine. My new Tight Oaks titanium 900 ml cook pot worked just fine. Had my coffee. I had a whole wheat bagel with bacon jerky, some goldfish, and some cookies. Yeah, that was good. It's also a couple hours ago now. But anyhow, doing just fine. Doing just fine. Tonight, big night tonight, and rainy night. We'll get to check out the new Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2, the 2020 model. We'll get to check it out in the rain tonight. First time staying in it. All I've done up to now is put it up in the backyard. So we'll see. Again, going against all my rules. Do not take a piece of equipment on a through hike that you have not thoroughly tested. Just about all the equipment I've got with me, my big four, are all brand new today, if you will. First day out. My backpack, my sleeping pad, my sleeping bag, my cook system, my shelter, all brand new. Whew. Man, talk about breaking all the rules, but I'm noticing a big difference with the pack weight, and I'm loving that. Because right now I have, again, still 3 days worth of food, full water at 2.5 liters, and my pack is significantly lighter. And as I consume the food and consume the water, it will only get lighter again. So I'm actually delighted. And day one with that new system has already allowed me, just by circumstance, not by trying, to do a little more than I would have with a 40-pound pack on my back. So hey, totally delighted, moving in the right direction. Still got a lot of tweaking to do, but you know what, I bet you we can get rid of another 2 or 3 pounds out of there yet, just with some basic changes in equipment, maybe clothing, lighter rain jacket for one, things like that. But we're going to keep working on it. Oh yeah. Okay. Gorgeous day so far. Rained a lot this morning, but it hasn't rained since. Not yet, anyhow. Well, whew, finally the rain let up. The rain started, midnight, 1 o'clock this morning, not sure. But it rained and rained and rained till about 30 minutes ago, and it just seemed to stop. Seemed to starting to get a little brighter, thank goodness. Hopefully things will start to dry out a little bit, myself included. Although I'm not wet on the inside again, just on the outside. The day goes well. By the way, speaking of days, welcome to day 54 of our Bruce Trail Yo-Yo. Hey, Jasper here. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey. 1,000, well, you know what? Technically it's 1,800 kilometers with a few side trails, a few detours, a few wrong turns here and there. Whoa, very slippy through here, very, very slippy. These wooden logs, very slippy when they're wet. But anyhow, with the side tours and getting lost and so on, it's going to be 1,900 plus kilometers. Today is October the 2nd. I'm anticipating, I'm throwing out there a completion date in Niagara of October the 18th. So about 16 hiking days to go, give or take, not sure. Yeah, so last night was the first night we used the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2. Excellent, not a problem. Kept me nice and dry, and especially in all that rain. It was awesome. I also used the Patagonia 850 Fill Power long sleeping bag. Oh my God. I cannot say enough about that sleeping bag. I was in love, and still am, with the sleeping bag I had. A cheap one from Mountain Gear Warehouse. For 2 seasons it was great. But I just had no idea the comfort, the warmth, the feeling of down. Obviously, I paid significantly more money for the Patagonia, but I would have to say, for the serious hiker, the through hiker, the hiker that's going to be out in some cold weather, worth every penny. Especially the long, oh my lordy, I'm 6'2" and I could lose myself in there, and the thing comes in weighing like significantly less than 2 pounds, maybe 1 3/4 pounds, somewhere in there, and it's perfect. And slippy here. Whew. And it squishes down into like nothing. Very small package size. Comes with a really nice stuff sack, and it also comes with a storage bag, which allows it to be more to be stored more freely, if you will, and not compressed. Yeah, super slippy on this mud. Be careful. Hey, whew, lots of mud. So yeah, it's slightly later in the day than normal for my good morning greeting, but as I say, it's been raining. Very difficult. But we're good now. And we are going to start a major climb. Oh, I'm going to have to put you guys away right now. This is going to require both hands. Okay. So last night, I got to camp with my good friend Tyler. Tyler is on a northbound through hike of the Bruce Trail, the 900-kilometer through hike, Niagara to Tobermory. Of course, I am now on the southbound leg of my YoYo. So we crossed paths, and we had a great camp night, a good chit chat, and that was wonderful. This morning we packed up, had our breakfast, and we headed north, and of course I continued south in the rain, both of us. Oh well, it was good. It was nice to see Tyler on the trail. He's doing well, he's strong, and he's actually doing his hike to raise money for people with a brain injury. Tyler himself had brain injury and suffers with that. So he's raising money for the hospitals and organizations in regards to brain injury. But anyhow, having said that, I'm sure he'll be very successful and do just fine on his through hike. Very strong hiker. Yesterday, for instance, he did, I think, 45 kilometers yesterday. I've never done 45 kilometers. So, there we go. Whew. Anyhow, it's got much brighter. In fact, it's warming up slightly. It's still chilly, still cold. Still got my mitts on. Man, surprising. But hopefully we're going to do fine. So we'll keep pushing today, pushing south, and then tomorrow we have a shorter day, and we will get picked up. And I have to go to the city or town of Barrie. I want to return a shelter. That's the one that was leaking. I want to return that, get a refund, because that's just no good, just junk. And then I do get to go home for a final zero. So that's good. Shaking down this new gear, and that's working out great, as I said, so far anyhow. Okay, come to a gate here. Oh, you know what? I know where this is. I know exactly where this is. This is where the Ganaraska Trail meets the Bruce Trail. We stopped in here. We stopped here on our northbound leg, and I showed you the northern terminus, or the western terminus of the Ganaraska Trail, which is right here. Yes, western terminus of the Ganaraska Trail, Devil's Glen to Port Hope. Well, as you may know, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, earlier this year, we did, myself and Andre being a 2019 PCT crown holder, him and I both did the Ganaraska Trail. I did it whilst I was waiting to see if I'd be able to go to Colorado to do the Colorado Trail, which of course I couldn't, hence doing the Bruce Trail Yo-Yo. But yes, that's where we finished our hike together, right there, as it crosses or meets with and ends at the Bruce Trail, right in Glen Huron, which is exactly where we are now. Muddy, muddy, slippy, slippy, wet, wet. Tons and tons and tons of rain we have had this last little while, and especially since midnight last night. It just kept coming and coming and coming. But it's fall. I guess that means the rain falls down too. But hey, yeah. Okay. Pushing south, everybody. Pushing south. Thank you for joining me. I am delighted to have you along on our Bruce Trail Yo-Yo. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Hello everybody. Well, little update on the overall plan over the next day or two, 3 or 4. Okay, so today, as we know, is October the 2nd. It's a Friday, and we're pushing south in the Blue Mountain section. Tomorrow we will leave the Blue Mountain section and enter into the different Highland section. At Black Banks, near Honeywood, we shall be picked up by Joanne, our trail angel, and all plans being normal, we're going to go from there to the town of Barrie, where hopefully I will be returning a shelter tent that just simply leaks. Good tent, heavy, but leaks. So, hey, I'll be doing that. And then I shall be taking, on the Sunday, a 0. It will be the final 0 of this yo-yo hike. Monday morning, Joanne will take me back to the trailhead at Black Banks, still near Honeywood. And I will continue through the different Highland section, pushing towards the Caledon Hill section. And of course, the ultimate goal of Queenston Heights Park, Niagara. So that is an update, just to keep us all on the same page. As I've said a few times now, I think, October the 2nd today. And we're throwing out there October the 18th. Don't know, could be 17th, could be 19th, but I'm going to say October the 18th, maybe 17th, for a completion or an arrival in Queenston Heights Park, barring any problems, of course, any issues. So yeah, day 54 progresses well. We had a little bit of a later start this morning simply because of the horrendous rain, and I had to wait for it to slow down slightly for long enough for me to pack my shelter and so on. So not quite as many kilometers so far today. Plus again with the rain and so on, it's just made it that much harder in the cold. So right now I'm probably about, I'm going to guess 18 kilometers in for the day so far, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're certainly not setting the world on fire today. And the more I do today, the less I have to do tomorrow before my pickup by Joanne. So yeah, that is the plan. That's what we're doing, or at least that's what we're doing as of right now. As you all know, plans can change, especially on the trail, but that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, for the next few days anyhow. I'm hoping come Monday morning when we get back on trail, I have no idea, I haven't checked the long range, but I'm hoping for a little bit warmer, a little bit drier, maybe even some sunshine. Am I asking for too much? Mud puddles, a lot of mud on the trail, very slippy, so much rain. Okay. Transcaroca, maybe. Trail, Bruce Trail, Friendship Trail. Wow. And that is somewhere in South America. Cool. Local map. Okay. The Transcaroca Trail. Wow. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Well guys, the end of day 44. Another progressive, interesting, exciting and enjoyable day. Although a lot of rain again, cold. It's going to be a cold night tonight. It's going down to somewhere around the freezing point, maybe +1. But still, you know, take a look. It's still a beautiful, beautiful kind of scene. Just take a look at that sky. Wow, the color, the gentle movement of the trees. But boy, the wind is cold. The trail from whence we came today. And here, the trail where we shall go tomorrow morning. Right now, I just finished my supper. I had tonight one of the Wise Company kind of dehydrated meals, a chicken pasta with 2 bagels and a Kit Kat bar and a coffee, nestled inside these trees right here. I love the pine kind of needle floor. They're not strong enough by any means to puncture your tent, but they do provide a cushioning. And of course, I use a footprint. Yeah, so that's my home for the evening. I'm going to be as snug as a bug in there, especially with that Patagonia down sleeping bag. This is my world. Don't know if you can see. Maybe I can put a light on. In fact, I can. Let me put a light on in here and you can see what it looks like a little bit. So this is where I keep things, notes, my journal, so on. My sleeping bag, my sleeping bag liner, and underneath, of course, my Thermarest Neo Air Ultralight, my backpack, and on my backpack I will sit my shoes and so on. And yeah, that is home for me. You just turn this light off now. There it goes through all its stages. But that is home for me for this evening. Tomorrow, well, tomorrow will be, I have somewhere around 10 miles, give or take, to do, or 16 kilometers, 15, 16 kilometers. And then Joanne will pick me up and I will go home for my final 0 of this hike. Wow. Doesn't seem like, I've said this before, it doesn't seem like 2 minutes since I was starting, and yet other times it feels like it was a lifetime ago when I started. But this is day 54. I'm going to get to about day 70, and at about day 70, give or take, we'll be done. Again, thank you for coming with me. Thank you for joining me. It's much easier to hike with you guys than it is to hike alone. Either way, it's amazing. Tomorrow is day 55. Tomorrow is October the 3rd. Tomorrow is Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, I think. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 55. October the 3rd today. It's a chilly, chilly morning. It's a cold night. I think it was down to around freezing, maybe +1 degree Celsius. Cold this morning. Right now it's about +2. Still early on the morning. Gray. There is light in the distance on the horizon, but very unsettled skies today. What does it look like behind us? Oh, just a sheet of gray. And ahead of us, you see the light in the sky. But again, the cloud formations really do indicate unsettled weather. Did not rain last night. Ha! And it's not raining this morning. Double ha! That's great. Because I'm tired of the rain. The rain with the cold, just above freezing. So it's not snow, but it's very, very cold rain. The wind really puts a test on your gear, your equipment, and you. But you know what? The adventure continues. We feel strong. Some days tired, more tired than others, but generally speaking, feeling strong, sleeping fine, eating okay, staying hydrated. I have no problems. And again, as I've mentioned, and as you already know, this is what, day 3 now, I guess, with this new pack and new gear that we're using. Last night was night number 2 with the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2 with my Patagonia 850 power fill sleeping bag and my Thermarest Neo Air ultralight pad, and everything is great. I could not wish for better. Comfortable, warm, and the Thermarest pad, depending on the amount of air you put in, depends on the the firmness, of course, of the pad. I think last night I did have it a little too firm. Fine. Maybe the next night, tonight, whatever, I will. Oh, tonight, no, because I'll be at home tonight. Anyhow, next night out, we'll make an adjustment to that, put less air in. And of course, that Trekology pillow coming in at 2.5 ounces is phenomenal. It's really helped me with my sleep rather than using my stuff sack from a sleeping bag as a pillow. Anyhow, so today, quick review of today's plan. We are heading to Black Bank. I don't know, 12, 13 kilometers away from here, where Joanne will pick us up. We are then going to the city town of Barrie, about a 45-minute drive, where there's a couple of little things I want to look at, and I want to return a tent shelter that failed on us, and I want to return that, hopefully get a credit, a refund, whatever, replacement, whatever they want to do. But it has a 1-year warranty, and I bought it at the end of June, beginning of July, so, and just leaks. It adds good qualities about the tent, very spacious. It's a Mountain Gear Warehouse 2-man dome tent, which I did use on the Ganaraska, by the way, but it just leaks, and it's guaranteed waterproof with a 1-year warranty. So I've had it for July, August, September, 3 months. So yeah, it's really something I can't use, so I do expect a refund or a store credit. Not really interested in a replacement because between you and me, the tent's a little heavy at 5.1 pounds. A lot heavy. Anyhow, yeah, so that is the plan today. So I actually, yes, so after Barry, so it's a shorter day, about a half-day hike into Barry. A couple of things I want to pick up. I want to pick up a couple of shock cords I learned from another hiker. Actually, I was talking to Tyler, as you know, and he, for his water bottle carrier right here on his strap, he used 2 adjustable shock cords, and it worked fine. And I'm thinking, oh, how simple is that, and how light is that? So yeah, I'm going to steal Tyler's ideas. Why not? Why not indeed? That's what I say. And we're going to go from there. So there are a few things to do. Tomorrow is a 0, and then Monday morning, bright and early, we'll be continuing. And tomorrow, by the way, will be the final 0. And so Monday morning, we'll be continuing on our push south, the remaining around 370 kilometers to Niagara. Right now, we're on a little country road, beautiful through here, and I remember this quite well. We're going to come off this country road shortly and back into the forest, but right here, I'm going to show you this again. I think, sorry about that. I think I needed to change hands. But this little place here, big place really, it's used. It's not a home. It's not lived in. It's an old schoolyard or church. It's an old school or church. Not 100% sure which. I'll show you around. I can't remember if when we came through here on the northbound section, or northbound side of this yo-yo, we stopped in here and have a look, but I'm thinking a group of outdoors people have this place and they use it. Oh, you can hear the trucks on the country road. There's a quarry nearby, and they use this as their base, I believe, but I'm not sure. But anyhow, it doesn't matter the history that's here. 18 up on the top, if you can see, I think it says 1880. Wow. Anyhow, obviously we're trespassing walking on their property, but I'm going to turn you guys around again, so excuse the shuffling here. But I wanted to show you it because it's such an interesting and historic kind of building. I love that kind of stuff. But anyhow, okay. So yeah, it's a good solid four hours of hiking anyhow, of hard hiking, to get to our meet point, which we need to do. But we're doing fine. Colors just beautiful. If the sun would come out, man, these colors would just shine. They would just bloom. They would just burst into life. But unfortunately, a damn gray sky. Nothing wrong with gray. As a photographer, we've all heard the expression embrace the gray, and I very much do as a photographer. But on a day with the 4 colors so ready to just to display their vibrancy, the sunshine would be awesome. Okay, enough of my babbling this morning. Let's get to it. Let's lay down these miles and let's get on with the day. This morning, I tried something for the very first time. I had rebelled, and still do. Don't misunderstand me. But I had rebelled vigorously against cold soaking. I like my food hot. I drink hot coffee, I drink hot tea, I drink hot chocolate. None of these things do I like cold. I don't like any of my food cold. I don't want potatoes cold, or ramen noodles cold, or anything else. Unless it's supposed to be like a sandwich or something like that. But this morning, well, it actually started last night. I took 3 packages, instant packages of Quaker peach oatmeal. Put them inside my Tupperware, added water, mixed it up, and let it soak overnight. This morning, with my hot coffee, I had cold oatmeal. Cold soaked oatmeal for the very first time. And you know what? It was just fine. I enjoyed it. Now that's oatmeal. Again, I'm not talking potatoes or ramen noodles, just oatmeal. The reason why, as you know, we have been and still are working a lot on reducing the overall pack weight. As I get older, now at 63, pushing 64, and some of the trails I'm choosing to hike become more challenging, such as the elevation gains on the upcoming Colorado hike. Weight is becoming more and more and more a factor and an importance, and a great deal of importance. So again, as you know, we've been working vigorously and still are on reducing pack weight, and we're doing fine with that. One of the things we used to reduce pack weight was I changed my cook stove from the Optimus Crux to the BRS 3000T. One weighs 3 ounces, one weighs 0.9 of an ounce. Big savings right there. I changed my cook pot from the Optimus Terra to the Oaks Titanium 900 milliliter. Huge savings there. When I put each of those cook kits together, and let's say with one full 8 ounce, which is the medium size butane gas can full, there is a 5.5 ounce difference between the two sets. The Oaks Titanium cookpot with the BRS 3000T is 5.5 ounces lighter than what I've been using. 5.5 ounces is huge. It's a lot of weight, 1/3 of a pound, whatever, a lot of weight. So there is one drawback to it. There's also an instant positive to it. I'll tell you what the positive is first. With the Oaks Titanium 900 ml cup, when I make my coffee in that cup, it has a lid. And I've been finding over the last 3 days that I've been using this new system, which has been working fine, that lid keeps my coffee hotter for a significantly longer period of time. That is a definite plus. A major con, if you will. The Optimus Terra is designed to minimize butane gas consumption. It has an heat exchanger on the bottom of the pot, which works amazingly well. It reduces gas consumption by 30 to 40%. 30 to 40% of gas or less gas on a through hike over say 2 or 3 months can be a significant amount of weight. The dilemma, the plot thickens. What direction do you go? Each cook system comes in at approximately the same cost, maybe around 100 Canadian dollars, give or take, something like that. Not particularly the cook stove, the stove for the BRS is only 20 bucks, but it's the titanium, the Oaks Titanium part that's cost the money on that set. So yeah, so trying to, or thinking about offsetting that extra gas consumption, cobwebs, is runny nose, cold, is how can I reduce some of my gas consumption? Well, of course, drink less coffee. Well, I don't think that's going to happen too quickly. Drink your coffee cold. No. Okay. Why don't you try certain items cold soaked? Now, somebody did suggest to me, one of my followers, subscribers, or someone, can't remember who it was, I passed it off at the time, said, you won't even try oatmeal cold? I said, no. But then I thought about it. Well, why wouldn't I? So I tried it, and it was good. No problems with that at all. And So all I had to do this morning was heat water for coffee. I did not have to boil water for my oatmeal. A gas savings right there. So with certain things that I might be able to cold soak, I might be able to offset the extra gas consumption and bring it back down to the level that I'd worked so hard to get it at with my Optimus system. So yeah, that is the dilemma, one of the dilemmas when we're talking about our gear. I think, you know what, we should just do a video just on the cook systems, because there's so much involved in choosing the right cook system. And a lot of people go to the actual cook stove for the gas consumption. You can save or not save a majority of gas usage by choosing the right pot, not necessarily the right stove. Just a point there, lots to talk about on that. Hey, just wanted to throw that out there as we chew away at the miles as we head south, ultimately to the Queenston Heights Park, Niagara. We won't get there today though. We've still got a long way to go. Somewhere around 375 kilometers, I think. Give or take. Give or take. Okay. Keep moving forward.